What's up, guys? The Kid here, and this is my review for Mario Kart 7. What does it bring new to the table of the Mario Kart franchise? Let's find out. Mario Kart 7 is absolutely a blast to play. It has a new mechanic this time around, or two, and that is the hang glider sections where you're able to glide for a short amount of time to get to different platforms, or if it's just for the course itself. And then you have underwater racing where your character's kart gets a propeller on the back of it. Yes, it is slower when underwater, but not as noticeable as you may expect. You're actually moving probably a notch slower, but you still are moving quite fast. And of course, there's plenty of speed trick bumps in the water for you to go faster, almost as if they predicted that to be in the water sections for you to go faster. As far as the gameplay goes, again, standard way to play Mario Kart. This time having a joypad or a circle pad instead of the D-pad like Mario Kart DS had, it's actually easier and more comfortable to actually steer your kart in this game. And controls work fine. They are good. They just are excellent. This time around, you can go into first-person view with your kart, which is amazingly accurate, which you can also use with the gyro controls, which is fun, but I wouldn't want to use it if I'm actually trying to win. Yes, it's fun to use, but with gyro controls, no. Especially if you're trying to win, you'll be making mistakes unless you perfect this option. Of course, you don't need the gyro controls to be in first person mode to steer. You can use the circle pad, which is a welcome addition. Along with, you're able to turn off the gyro controls completely, which makes first person mode a blast to play, especially if you're playing just for fun. As far as new things comes the customization of the karts, which is excellent. This time around, it's more strategic to use and choose a kart for races, especially if you're online or on one of the 50cc's races on a Grand Prix. This time around, doing these selected kart wheels and glider, it will affect the stats of your car. And this time around, everybody's kart fits everyone. So every kart fits all, even Bowser, Donkey Kong, and Wario. There is a weight class, but it only affects the car's stats and wheel stats, and of course glider stats. Especially for online, with these new mechanics the game has incorporated, you will have to be more strategic in what wheels, kart, and what glider you choose, because overall it will affect the performance of your kart. Some wheels, depending on which character, will make your steering a little bit more slippery and very hazardous. As far as drifting, your wheels can be so slippery and your handling can be so bad that you actually go into the area, which actually makes you slow down, which is not the track. Other wheels have the ability to make you actually drift faster, more better, and actually making you have a boost faster instead of waiting longer than the standard wheels. Wheels include Monster Truck, Mushroom, and Golden Wheels, which you get when you complete all the 50cc's of the game. And of course, Mirror Mode is here again. But what this Mario Kart lacks is modes. There are no modes. It's almost bare bones. Mario Kart DS brought a lot to the table. Of course, you have battle mode in this game, but as far as mission mode, as far as versus mode, which is basically you against the computer, but this time you can choose the tracks you want and what items you want, you don't have that this time around, which is really sad. And because of that, that will overall affect the score and will overall affect people who are longtime Mario Kart fans. But if you just love racing through the game and the competition, well, it's all about that in this Mario Kart. And as far as the computer, they're not as devious this time. In Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart Wii, it seemed like every red shell only went to you, regardless of if there was someone in front of the computer. It seemed like it was unfair. But this time around, they actually fight each other, which makes it more fair because you don't feel like you're just a big target. Weapons are more balanced now, and there are new weapons for as the Tanuki Tail and the new fire flower, which is a blast, but really it's just for spamming. New items include the Tanuki Tail, which actually is basically a stationary red shell. If you hit someone, they will fall like they would with the red shell. It can also be used for defensive purposes, as far as deflecting shells, completely breaking them, or actually with fireballs. If you use the tail, you'll actually deflect them back to the person who originally fired them, which is good. And as far as the fire flower goes, you can throw them back and front, which is basically, again, like a lighter banana peel. You'll spin out banana as much as you will with a banana peel. It helps for the online, especially if there's a horde of people in front of you. It helps for you to get in the lead. And along with that, the new, which I should say, old mechanic is back, and that is the addition of coins, which this time around will help you unlock new parts for your carts and also new carts, but this time it's random. You can have a cart at complete random depending on what points you have, how many coins you have. And coins, this time around, each race you can only go up to 10. And they also affect your speed, letting your cart go to its maximum performance. But about the unlocking system, when you unlock a cart, again, it's at complete random. When you unlock a wheel, it's at complete random. When you unlock a glider, complete at random, which can feel kind of unfair and is actually the worst unlocking system I've ever seen in my life. Because you'll see other people with different carts, and it's like, well, I don't have that cart yet. And while I played through this game getting everything, it did feel like I was being left out on something, like I wasn't doing something right, until I actually figured out that everything was at complete random. But overall, the carts are cool. Everything's cool here. Battle mode is fun, but I do miss the ability to blow your balloons back up. But overall, gameplay is solid, and there are no real glitches or anything except the Makawoohoo glitch, which you can skip about 20 seconds of the track. But other than that, gameplay is fine. And you'll have a blast, especially if you're a Mario Kart veteran. The only thing that will really affect you in this game is the unlocking system and the no modes, the lack of modes. But overall, gameplay is a blast, as it should be. Multiplayer in MK7 is a blast, though it has its laggy moments, but not in the frame rate, but in other people's carts, far as going kamikaze, going in all different directions, or simply just popping in and out of the league. You'll be in third, next thing you're in fourth, and then you're in third, or carts just popping up. But that the online is actually very good. Some matches you will see that, but most you won't. They are very smooth, and basically there's not much to say about online except for the communities, which is kind of a step back since you actually have to add a code instead of just joining someone's game with just a private match and joining them via the 3DS friend list. But you can join someone in a random match via the 3DS friend list, which is a cool feature, especially if you cannot find a match online, which is very rare. But it's fun, but people are seriously devious online. So don't expect some type of 50cc race. No, you're going to be in the race for your life, and it is actually challenging to get in first place. And not challenging because of tracks or anything, but challenging because people can really play Mario Kart hardcore if they really wanted to. So online's a blast. Being able to join one of your friends' games with the friends list is a great addition. Hopefully we'll see it in more online games like Kid Icarus Uprising and Resident Evil Revelations. And as far as the online goes, there are other features such as Street Pass, being able to download other ghosts from Street Pass and actually Spot Pass, which is basically at your home. And those are a blast too, to beat others' ghosts. So online is a plus. It's very compelling, and it makes the game have a lot more playability, especially since it's lacking in so many other options to play. Visually, Mario Kart 7 is stunning. It runs at a 60 frames per second rate, which is very good for a handheld game, and its graphics rivals that of the Wii version, which, to say the least, looks better. Mario Kart 7 looks better than Mario Kart Wii, which is a big deal. Running at 60 frames per second makes it even better because you have no frame rate slowdowns, even on online mode. And with lag, there is no lag that actually slows down the frame rate. The frame rate never slows down any. This time around, tracks are more cleverly designed and look beautiful. Some do lack details, such as Cheap Cheap Lagoon. Doesn't mean it's not a good track, but very, very few tracks look undetailed. Most look very detailed, like they put a lot of thought into it. And retro tracks, again, look better than ever, looking more like new tracks than classic tracks. But of course, you still get the nostalgia of that. And there are actually new things in the retro tracks, such as cleverly placed new ramps and things that you wouldn't have that wasn't in the game in previous versions. So visually, Mario Kart looks stunning. And, otherwise, what Mario Kart hasn't looked stunning, but this is by far the best Mario Kart visuals I've seen to date. Overall, Mario Kart 7 is a visually stunning game, great gameplay, with a few stops here and there, but overall, it's a great Mario Kart experience. With the new mechanics like gliding and traveling underwater, it's fresh new ideas that always make Mario Kart never feel like the same game you played a few years ago. With this installment, it is a complete blast, especially with the new online mode, which is better than Mario Kart DS and Wii's, with less lag and smoother matches. That's why I'm giving this game a 8.9. But if it wasn't for the lack of modes and the slip-ups with the unlocking system, which will be very tedious, it would have gotten at least a 9 or 9.5. But for now, it's getting a 8.9 from me. Now, that's just my opinion. So, should you buy this game? Yes. Is it a must for the 3DS? Yes. Even if you're not even familiar with Mario Kart or a newcomer, you should buy this game immediately. It's a blast, especially in online terms. If you have a lot of 3DS friends like me, and local friends and online friends, it's a blast to play. So definitely buy this game. So that's it for this review, guys. Don't forget to join my official Facebook fan page, which I'll put in the description. And I'll see you guys next review. Thanks for watching.